Welcome back, baby. Desert Dynasty, Season 2, Episode 3. Look at that fresh cut. Look at that fresh jersey right there. He's a Desert Dynasty fucking fiend. Look at that Trey McBride. Hey, we're 2-0. Dub City. Dub, we eat those. We got 2 of them. And guess what? We're looking for a third right now, boys. We got the Niners coming up. Yum, 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 yum. We're hungry.
Episode 3.
And we're coming back with a vengeance.
Desert Dynasty.
Woo!
Let's get it, boys. Welcome back to Desert Dynasty. This is Sefa. I'm your host with Rick and Adam. How's it going, boys?
What's going on,
Yes, sir.
What's up?
We're doing a virtual podcast again today because this weekend we're all meeting up to do a photo shoot. Just to get season 2 footage. We also want to create a video montage for the intro, so we're not having to do what we just did because I'm out of breath. But it's good. I'm happy to be back, and it's been a great week. Again, like Junior said, W week, man. Victory Wednesday, because this is when we record. But man, how's y'all's week?
It was good.
Been a good week.
Oh, go ahead, Junior.
Yeah, it's been a good week, bro. Just chilling. Work's been fun. I want to watch the games, but I can't because I'm sleeping. So I literally woke up at like 2 p.m. or 3, and the game was already 20-3. And I was like, oh my God, the Cardinals are crazy. But we all know what happened. So yeah, it's been a good week. It's been fun.
It's been a decent week. New job, got a promotion, so I've just been grinding at work trying to learn that. So that's been fun. Fantasy football, I fleeced somebody for a trade, so that was fucking nice.
Yeah, who'd you trade for?
Oh, shoot.
Oh my God, let's see. So my team's been underwhelming. I'm 0-2, and I haven't scored over 100 points yet, just so we're clear. With the team I had, that's insane. So
Yeah.
I traded Kyron Williams, that Egbuka guy or whatever from Buccaneers, and I don't know, and Deebo Samuel. I got Smith and Jigba, Devon A-Chain from the Dolphins. And then, and I got Justin Herbert. So
Nice. You needed a quarterback.
yeah, I need a quarterback. I needed a running back who can get me points for sure every single week.
Mm-hmm.
And then Smith and Jigba, he's a really good receiver. He's averaging like 20 points a game right now.
Dang, so I still like Egbuka. You're giving up on him early?
Well, I also have, who's that guy who got hurt last year?
McMillan or
Not McMillan, the other guy.
Chris Godwin?
Chris Godwin. I had him on my bench in the IR. Well, he comes back this week. So I got him, and I traded
I
him.
think you're just gonna change that off.
So you're not gonna want to hold 2 Buccaneers right now.
Exactly. So
That makes sense.
I think I'm sitting pretty now. We'll see this week, but
Hell yeah.
other than that, yeah, life's been good though.
Good.
Nice.
Nah, same here, bros. I mean, just grinding at work. I feel like my week, usually like my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are like super grindy. Beginning of my week is like meetings, and I personally like meetings because I just get to sit there, listen, take notes, But then
Put in your input.
what?
Put in some input.
Yeah, give my input. Be like, I agree with everything said. Go back to mute. Sefa, do you have anything? No updates from me today.
Are you eating your breakfast burrito or something?
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, but I like my Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are like I'm grinding, actually working, getting stuff done. So they're like my busy time. So like, I'm not looking forward to the rest of the week, but almost the weekend, hump day. So, other than that, boys, that brings us to our next segment, Heat Check. We're making it brief because we got so much to cover when it comes to the Cardinals. So, ASU won last week, Forks Up. We beat Texas State in a get-right game. We beat them,
Yep.
I don't even remember the score, 30-something to 10, or 3. I don't even remember. We killed them, okay? And it was a get-right game.
Yeah.
Man, Jordan Tyson, he got this crazy touchdown with, like, acrobatic, man. He's definitely looking like a perennial first round draft pick, for sure.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
absolutely. Our offense still has a lot to work on. I was listening to 98.7 this morning, and out of the 17 quarterbacks, Sam Levitt is 16th in the Big 12 right now, based off of QBR. So we've got a big game against Baylor. Baylor's looking really nice. They've had some tough losses that I thought they more than likely should have won, give it or take a possession. So
So they're hungry.
if we can pull out a win against Baylor in Waco, I think we're sitting pretty moving forward.
We got a big test coming forward because we got Baylor, Utah, and then Texas Tech. So like these three games, you're gonna know for sure
Not
is
easy.
ASU gonna be contending for this Big 12 title, or are we going
Yeah.
home packing? You know what I mean?
And
I'm excited for that Utah game.
they're saying Utah has the best offensive line in the country.
hmm Do they come
Yeah,
here
I
or we
mean,
go there? Do you know? I don't know.
We go there, I think.
Great.
Yeah.
hostile environment.
Right
Coach Kyle
seconds.
Cunningham,
Yep.
or is it Cunningham? Those guys are nasty,
They're wild.
to say the least. But ASU, man, if you want to prove that you're the big
Go do
dog,
it.
you gotta be the big
Yes,
dog,
sir.
man. All right. Anyways, talking about the Serpientes,
Yes.
we lost today, right? Or is it yesterday?
Today.
What a tough loss, because right now we're 1.5 behind. I think the Mets for the NL West playoffs. So we're hoping they lose today to the Padres, so we could stay 1.5. But it's a close race, and we're excited. Adam, what do you think about them?
Yeah, so right now the Padres, before this podcast, they were winning, I believe, 6-3. I didn't see what inning it was. So as long as the Mets lose again today, we don't lose any ground. We were a game and a half behind. I'm just a little upset today because we could have got a sweep. And going into the ninth, it was 0-0. Brandon Pfaadt pitched 9 innings, 1 hit, and we ended up losing it because of one of our bullpen. I think
hmm
his name was like Curtis or something, which they're saying our bullpen's been really good lately. Every time I watch, that guy is a shit show. But hopefully we can get it together the rest of
It
the way.
it sucks because I turned on the game in extra innings and I saw like Brandon Pfaadt like killed it in pitching today,
Yeah.
and we had a chance to close it. We had Alec Thomas on third in extra innings, and all he had to do is just hit a single, and we walk off and win that game. And of course we didn't. So sucks to lose that
Damn.
one. We almost swept them. We would have been continue gaining momentum and ground, but it's okay. We move on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
But
But yeah.
but we'll see, man.
Cool.
That rounds out Heat Check today, and that brings us to Cardinal Talk, man. Uh, Boys, again, we won on Sunday. What are your first initial thoughts on the Cardinals versus the Panthers game on Sunday?
Junior, you're going to have to go first on this one, brother.
All right, yeah, there's a ton to go over with this game. I felt like we put the freaking gas pedal to the into the throats of the Panthers early on, and then when we got to the point where it was like 27-3, they just let up. And I feel like that's a Cardinals thing. We played to our opponents instead of just being dominant like Chiefs,
Lions.
Chargers, Broncos, Lions, all these teams that are elite. They played the same level all 4 quarters, and so I feel like our defensive line wasn't getting any rush till the end of the game. And when you saw at the end of the game, you're like, why weren't you doing this all game long? So I think there's a little bit of a coaching issue, and Gannon had said, "Hey, it is a coaching issue. It's happened 2 weeks in a row now, and we'll fix that." So I'm glad that he took accountability. But yeah, I was really concerned with the offensive line getting no run game. With our run guru offensive coordinator Drew Petzing, we couldn't get any run game, which is crazy. So I don't know. I mean, I was really disappointed on our offense this week.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
about you,
Seth, what
Adam?
do you think?
My initial thoughts is that I actually attended the game. I got lucky enough to grab some seats. If you guys ever want to grab cheap seats, check out the Ring of Honor. It's kind of like above. It's in like the above the regular level. But if you get in the Ring of Honor, like first like row, like those seats are nice, and I low key like enjoyed it. And I'm like, dude, I only spent $40 to be at that game, and $40 for an NFL game is freaking
That's
cheap.
insane.
It's pretty
But
nice, yeah.
anyways, when I first got there, my initial like thoughts were like, let's just step on the throats, right? Like, let's get this. And defense, man, out the gate, freaking strip sack by
Crazy.
Josh Sweat, taken to the house by Zaven, and then like the next drive,
Pick.
We ended up getting a Baron Browning pick, and then I loved how we started, and it felt like, oh my gosh, this is the Cardinals we've been talking about all off season. It's coming to fruition. This is the pass rush that we keep on harping about, and I love to see it. And then like Rick said, once we were winning by a lot, we're like, okay, let's play prevent. Let's just close this game out instead of going through our normal reads, going through our normal defense. And I really think that put us behind, and I'm just glad we snuck away with it.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. I think the biggest thing, right, is the first half and the second half, just in total. Like in the first half, we were a completely different team than the second half. In the first half, just defensively, we were way more aggressive. We were stunting. We were blitzing.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing some man coverage and zone coverage. We were closer up on the receivers than we were in the second half. Now on offense, I do know that we were throwing kind of on earlier downs, but we were also converting on third downs. Either it was run or pass, and we didn't have any turnovers. Now I know we only had one in the second half, but it was a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were about to score the second drive in a row. Well, technically, that'd be 3 drives in a row.
Yeah.
Because we did one to end
then,
the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came out the gate, scored a touchdown, make it to 23. And then we didn't score again after that. We almost scored that second one. But Kyler with the, Stephen, you called it hero ball when we were talking about it. That's kind of what it looked like live.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what it looked like on TV, too. It's just a hero ball, which we know that when he does that, yeah, sometimes you're going to make great plays, but you've shown lately that you might turn over the ball, and that's the last thing.
If you guys remember last season when we played the Panthers, he did another hero ball interception in overtime.
Yep, and that's why we lost.
And we were doing fine, and he just throws it up because he's trying to make a play happen instead of taking a sack or throwing it out of bounds. Throws a pick, lose the game.
Yeah.
Thankfully, in this situation, we didn't.
Yeah, and I think in the second half, though, I mean, exactly what I said in the first half, we went away from that. We weren't stunting on the defensive line anymore, which I feel like if you want to generate pressure, stunting is super important. Also, we just played man or zone coverage the whole time. Like you guys said before, we were just like, oh, we think we won this. Oh, we're good. No, man, step on their necks. Go score 35 points, 42 points.
Mm-hmm.
Make it 42-3. I'll never forget this as a child. I remember when the Cardinals went to New England and faced Tom Brady, and I was like, oh, like that's going to be a good game. We got Larry Fitzgerald, Kurt Warner, blah, blah, blah. We lost like 63-3. I was like, what the hell? But now I think back at that, I'm like, why does no other NFL team do that?
Mm-hmm.
Go blow out a team. Who gives a fuck how they feel?
Mm-hmm.
Let's win and win decisively. Let's make teams scared of us. Everybody was afraid of Tom Brady. And I'll say nobody's afraid of the Cardinals. I know we're not comparable to that, but nobody's afraid of the Cardinals right now. So,
Right.
No, I like that analogy, and I feel like we really have to establish an identity because these next 2-3 games we're going against QBs that aren't scary, like you said. We're going against the Mac Jones. We're going against Cam Ward, Sam Darnold. Let's use these weeks to show our identity because the first 2 weeks, our identity is our defense. Our defense, we're relying on our defense to win games, period. And we thought we kind of actually talked about that. We knew our defense is going to be the reason we win games this year, but we thought our offense would at least put up a fight because right now it's looking mediocre. Look, they're not shit, but they're looking mediocre, and we had higher expectations because they're in a system that they've been together for 3 years now. So you should kind of learn to be better.
The crazy thing is, on the offense, you're seeing flashes of good things. Like, I think we had the 1 minute drill before half, and Michael Wilson scores that dime on a pass from Kyler.
Kyler threw a dime.
And 0 seconds left, right? I think there was 1 second left, but that was great offense, right? And you see that talent. Or you see the drive right after second half, right? We take the whole field, take up all that time, and score a touchdown. And so what I'm confused about is you get Marvin Harrison Jr. 2 for 27 yards. That's insane to me. He's, in my opinion, better than Malik Neighbors. He's better than, a lot of Brian Thomas Jr. He's better than a lot of these wideouts. But you're not seeing that day in and day out from the Cardinals because we're not like finding ways to get him open or finding ways to get him utilized. This guy has glued hands. Like I don't know what.
According right now to PFF stats, the Cardinals' wide receiver target percentage is 16%, I believe, which is insane, and we're 32nd in the league. 32nd in the league. When you look at teams like the Saints, I guess they have Chris Olave, or I'm trying to think of another team on top of my head that has nobody receivers. Maybe the Raiders? I don't know. But
Panthers.
But anyways, we have receiver, aka MHJ, and Michael Wilson, who's pretty decent. We shouldn't be 32nd in the league, is what I'm trying to say. By the end of the day, we shouldn't be 32 in the league. Maybe in the 20s, right? Because we know we're a Drew Petzing running first offense. But our wide receivers should be getting more targets, period. Not 16%. That's crazy. Granted, a lot of our targets are going to tight ends and running backs, but we want our receivers to do their job. Because basically, are they doing their job at 16% of targets? I don't think so. No. Why do we have wide receivers at that point? Let's just run Army and Navy defense or offense and just run the ball at that point. If we're not using our wide receivers or our number 4 overall pick, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Go ahead, Junior. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, people are like, "Oh, J.C. Horn was Himothy," or last week, Kool-Aid McKinstry is really good. I'm like, every week you're gonna face a number 1 corner. That's why you're a wide receiver 1. You're gonna face the best of the best in the NFL, but you're gonna be better than that. If you're gonna be like Jamar Chase, if you're gonna be like Jay Jettas, you gotta get open. I'm sorry, like. MHA is a route running machine, so like, why aren't we figuring that out? Like, Drew Petzing is driving me nuts. This
week. I remember I talked to Kat about this, and I said the greatest wide receivers that I've known and that we know are the guys that are able to catch contested catches time after time after time. You throw the ball in their area, they're high pointing it, and they're catching that football. And we know Marvin Harrison is capable of doing that, and we're not creating this, opportunities for him, it just sucks. We got to figure it out.
And this is what I'll say to kind of piggyback off of that, just a few points. So first and foremost, my biggest takeaway with MHJ. So he only had 5 targets on the game. Obviously, we need to get him the ball way more. But he only had 2 catches, but he also had 2 drops.
I remember that.
He had a drop. I don't know if it was a third down or not, but it was like a medium pass, maybe 10 yards or more. He dropped it right in his hands. Nobody within, he had more than enough room. It should have been easy money. Then the second one he dropped was that touchdown where we did like the little Larry Fitzgerald one.
He was waiting for it to come. He would have caught the ball
if he went here.
Just reached out.
But instead shit, let me catch it like a baby. Nah, bro, you gotta go get that motherfucker.
Especially how tall you are, bro. You act like you're freaking Malik Neighbors at 5 foot. I don't even know what tall that boy is, but you're tall,
like
wide receiver.
A throw like that is Larry Fitzgerald.
And do you guys remember DeAndre Hopkins? He's not the tallest receiver in the world, but you threw the ball up there. He's jumping and grabbing it. Like that's what he always did.
He's looking amazing with the Ravens.
He's looking nice.
Yeah, I know MHJ don't really got that like expressive dog in him, but I want to see him like get a catch and like get in somebody's face, like talk that shit.
Well, remember that first catch against Saints when he caught that like really like hand fighting ball, and after the end he throws the ball in the end zone and he like looked at the crowd. Like I need more of that MHJ.
Do that
like
every catch, bro.
Show us that you're pissed off or something. Like every time freaking Trey McBride catches it, and he's like like
I did like the stiff arm he had though. That was crazy.
Trey's?
No, Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, that was nasty. And he got the first. And he got the first.
Yeah, dude.
But we got to remember, like, the sky isn't falling. The offense has time to learn these inefficiencies that we're pointing out. And like Rick said, we've seen you guys have flashes. Of doing great things. Let's be consistent. And how many times have we talked about Kyler Murray and our offense being consistent is the way to glory? Because we are never consistent, and that's why we lose games. But if we're consistent, like last year when we faced the Niners away, we killed them. And then what happened to the offense the next week? It was like it was like night and day different. Like make sure you guys can count on like, oh, I can start Kyler Murray at quarterback because I know he's going to go off type thing. You know what I mean? Consistency.
Yeah.
What I like right now is that we're still winning games and we're playing below our average as a team.
Yeah.
So if we can just get to a point where just the technical stuff we can get down, like don't have somebody get in the backfield in 2 seconds.
Oh my
Don't
God.
get pancaked as an offensive lineman. As a defensive lineman, stick to your gap. As a DB, don't slip and fall because you took a wrong step. Stuff that small stuff
Technique.
makes a difference. And so I think if we just clean up those small stuff, I mean, we're blowing teams out at this point. So.
Exactly. And let's bring the other elephant in the room, man. The Cardinals are one of the most penalized teams in the NFL right now. We were not known like that last year. We were the least penalized team in the NFL.
No.
And how many drives on Sunday were stalled because we had a holding face mask on the offense, and we even had the defensive or an offensive holding, or I can't remember, a play that like is so rare to get flagged for, and we got it. And I was like, dude, I don't understand how we're shooting ourselves in the foot every freaking drive. A 10-yard penalty is a drive killer every time. And if we are able to clean up these penalties, I feel like our offense can thrive a little bit better.
Well, tell me why we were playing, and it's the fourth quarter, end of the game, get a stop, you win, and freaking we get a strip sack from, I think it was Zaven Collins, and picked up.
It was
probably picked up by Zaven.
Bro.
Okay, yeah, Birch gets a strip sack
because that gets called back, and that's our rookie, bro. But anyway,
Collins picks it up, but guess who did the penalty? I think it was Denzel Burke. And you're doing a non-contact. You're like, it wasn't even going to go to him, but he pulled on freaking McMillan.
That shouldn't have been called a freaking holding, though, to be honest. And I watched that live, and I just was so shocked that they called it. They even you know how sometimes the grounds crew at the Cardinal Stadium will throw something else on the jumbotron that they don't show on the media. They showed this thing, like they zoomed up hella, and you're like, dude, he doesn't even touch him. Like it looks like his arm goes around him, but he doesn't even touch him. It's really just ghost. Like he doesn't even touch him, and then they threw the flag on it, and the whole stadium's like, "Are you kidding me? He literally doesn't even touch him, and you're throwing a flag on him." But at the end of the day, we got to play clean football.
So to piggyback off of that, even the commentators, which the commentators are hardly on the Cardinal side. They just aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Even the commentators were like, I don't know where the penalty flag is. That's an awful call. These are the notes. This is all in the last drive. All these penalties we're talking about, all in the last drive. These are my direct notes. Horrible hold call. They were both hand fighting. Should have ended the game with a strip sack and recover.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, roughing the passer was a horrible call. The one by
Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat.
Dude,
that was
so
horrible.
literally Bryce Young, Adam, gets rid of the football as he's getting tackled. And he gets tackled to the ground by Josh Sweat. And that's a normal football play. And you're throwing a roughing the passer?
Call. They said because he took him to the ground. He's hitting him after he passes the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already, like, momentum-wise, that's what it is. He wrapped him up. It's not like he just, like, hit-sticked him,
Yeah. No, that's true.
And then the last one, man, this shit pissed me off, bro. The one, I think it was maybe Dante Stills.
It was an offsides, though. He did jump.
It was, so he jumped,
but
before
the offense
he snapped it, he got back.
No, Adam. Actually, I remember, they also showed this on the Jumbotron. Dante Stills jumped, but their lineman on offensive line jumped first. And so they threw it, and it was a false start, and they didn't even call it. And they said it was offsides. And I was like...
And like what Adam's saying, though, if Dante Stills gets behind the fucking ball before it's snapped, that's not offsides.
It's not offsides.
Exactly.
Fucking A, dude.
It was
These
so
refs just holding us.
Hey, and I told my boy I went to the game with, I was like, bro, the refs have way too much power right now in this game. They're literally gifting all these first downs because a holding's an automatic first down.
Right?
Yeah, and then a roughing the passer is a 15-yard penalty automatic first down.
My God.
Which they got into field goal range. That reminds me. I wanted to tell you boys. Thank God we stopped two-point conversions because if not, all they need is a field goal to go to overtime. So thank God our defense did stop that. and we had to just force a touchdown, stopping a touchdown. But man, it was like these refs were like dictating the game at the end. They're like, let's give them the game. It was
That was so
ridiculous.
frustrating. But I mean, we won ugly, and it was really fucking ugly. But we won, and that's all that matters. We're going to 49ers 2-0. Um, I mean, I
Yeah.
personally think we can win that game. I know we've got a few injuries though, so I wonder how that's going to affect it.
Yeah, so the biggest injuries, right? We had Max Melton come out in the first half with an injury, and then we had Garrett Williams. Sadly, this is so sad because this is after Kyler Murray picked the ball, right? So defense wasn't supposed to be playing right now; supposed to be winning the game, but Garrett Williams got injured in the end zone for a 2-point conversion, and yeah, it was sad. And then the third injury was
Will
our
Johnson's groin.
LG Collier. Yeah, LJ Collier injured, and then Will Johnson also fourth quarter groin injury. So right now, Wednesday update, coach said that they placed LJ Collier and Garrett Williams on IR, but they have a chance to come back this year. How long? We don't know, and that's so sad because Garrett Williams is the best nickel probably in the league. But the good news is Max Melton was practicing today, and that
Will Johnson's
what's
day
his
to
face?
day.
Will Johnson is day to day, and he's not on IR, so it's good news.
I'm thinking Will's not going to be available for Sunday. I mean, barring some miracle, I'll be excited, But obviously, we
Right,
don't want to rush anything. But I think Max is
right.
going to be available on Sunday, which I was shocked because when I was at the game, I watched him be carted off the field and he had a towel over his face. If you see the play that he hurt his knee, the
It
way
was
it
bad.
bended was
Bad.
so bad. I was like, bro, tore something. And the fact that he's practicing today, I am shocked. I thought it was going to be like
Mhm.
even more devastating news, but
Did they say what any of the injuries were? Because I think I watched the same press conference by Gannon as y'all, and I didn't see
Will
him be
Yeah, he didn't say
specific.
Will is a
anything.
groin, and then Max is a knee, and
Right.
they didn't say anything about LJ or
They're both knee injuries, but they didn't say what
okay,
Gotcha.
for
Garrett.
Collier and Garrett. Yeah,
And they just know
but
there's probably
I was in.
some sort of structural, but just not sure what yet. Maybe.
Yeah, but I was gonna say next man up mentality. What do you guys think of Keetrell Clark and Darren Hall and Denzel Burke?
Like I told you guys
So
before the podcast, I believe in the next man up, and as well as I believe in Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon. Look at last year's defense, how many no pieces we had. And our defense was very good. So I really
yeah,
think that they're able to fill these holes. That's what she said. With all these players, and they're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to be successful, which I love that about our defense. It's really that offense that we're always.
yeah. I think Denzel Burke. I mean, I love my Ohio State players, so
Yeah,
I think he's a great corner. Um, Obviously, he's still a rookie though. They're gonna make some mistakes, and
Mistakes.
he made a few against the Panthers. But guess what? Then he came back and made some plays
Exactly.
that
right.
helped save the game.
And
Now,
Keetrell
Keetrell
Clark,
Clark.
he had that third down PBU.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
a lot of people are like, "Oh, Keetrell Clark, he almost got cut. Like, what are we doing?" People don't realize he was our starting corner 2 years ago, and he started a bunch of games last year. He's got a lot of tape
Experience.
through his last 2 years
experience.
and experience, and he knows what to and what not to do specifically against the 49ers, because I don't know if y'all remember, but he got hurdled by Christian McCaffrey in his first game against the Niners, and I
Hmm.
bet you he don't go
Hmm.
low on Christian McCaffrey
Ever
again.
again.
And ever again, bro. If I ever got hurdled, I'll be like, bro,
I'm just gonna
I'm like
wrap you up.
ripping his face mask off every
Yo,
time I tackle
yo.
that guy.
Nah, but
But
That was one thing that I think. So, like you guys said, the secondary I think will be handled, especially
yeah,
with the Niners. They're not scary, but I think the one bright side is our D line. I One thing that I really loved and watched this week was how great our run defense was.
mm,
Freaking Zaven Collins, he's a edge fiend,
Chuba
bro. Nothing
Hubbard
gets outside
got
of him.
shut down, bro.
he did.
He
Yeah,
only had a couple, and like it was really just because someone was supposed to cover a hole and they didn't, and then he got like 10 yards.
Gap.
But it
Yeah.
and
was
I just loved how Calais Campbell's defensive run defense is
Uh,
just locked down in the
our only
inside.
run, bro. 2 sacks, dog.
And
Two
Saxon,
sacks for 39-year-old aging Calais. That's fucking amazing, bro.
amazing,
that was
amazing.
so nice, bro. I
But
think
yeah,
our
D
D
line's good.
I think our D line had bright spots, but it also had some spots where kind of Gannon mentioned after the first game, which is gap integrity, gap. What did he use? like gap leverage essentially. I think that's important, and like you mentioned, Seth, I think that's when Chuba Hubbard got those longer runs, which they weren't
Yeah,
even that long, maybe 10 to 12 at the
exactly.
longest.
Hmm.
And it's literally just gap leverage, but it's also in the second half when it occurred when we started having the issues where we weren't being so aggressive on
Playing this
defense. So I
prevent
think if we
defense.
can, it wasn't even prevent. It was just like, oh, we're
Don't
gonna
let
play
anything.
cover
Yeah, don't let
three.
anything behind you, but let him get first after first after first. What?
I'm like, none of them are fast to get by us.
Yeah.
Just go and blitz Bryce Young, and we'll be fine because he sucks.
I don't
So
know about y'all, but every time we are freaking leading by double digit scores, the Cardinals just seem like to like hole up and get scared like, "Oh, are we going to win? I don't know." Keep playing football, bro. Like why do we got
Yeah,
to like
man.
prevent defense and then prevent offense where we're just running the ball and we're one-dimensional? Clearly we can't run the
Yeah.
ball. We haven't been
yeah,
for
How about
two
we just
weeks.
play defense, and if you get beat, like I would say, play prevent if it's 1 minute left and you're up by a
Exactly.
touchdown, right?
Hmm.
And you're trying to get a stop. Okay, prevent. If you're 27-3 third quarter, keep playing the ball that you've been playing. And then if you're getting beat deep, then you're okay. Well, we got to switch that up. They weren't getting beat deep all game, so keep the pressure on the fucking not a pillow. I'm sick of this pillow defense where they're getting
yeah.
first, like I said, Seth said, first after first, man.
Yeah, it's not like we've got our second and third stringers and we're like, hey, we got to get them reps. Let's make sure they do the fundamentals right. No, we have our first stringers in. We're only up by 24. I know that sounds kind of like a lot, but it's not in football, And that
Yeah.
showed this past week and against the Saints when we almost got beat 2 games in a row by way inferior teams.
Exactly. But that ends the talk about week one. But to end it off, we're also doing game balls. So Desert Dynasty, we do game balls every week for all the games. So we'll start off with Rick. Who's your game ball for week two?
Man, it's gonna be easy for me. I'm probably stealing your guys' player of the game.
Bitch.
And yeah,
Took it.
yeah, you got two sacks right to end the game out to say, yo, game, this is game. And then also, like I said, he had TFLs, and I noticed them because I've been watching just the D tackles, and he's just getting the presence on that run game that is just deafening. And I know Christian McCaffrey's gonna feel that next week.
Nice. What about you, Adam?
Absolutely. Mm, that's a tough one. I think I'm gonna stay on defense. I'm gonna go Jordan Birch. He played lights out. I know some of the plays didn't count because of penalties and say whatever, but I think he played lights out with his second career game, and yeah, I'm gonna go Jordan Birch for sure.
I
Nice.
got a note like an honorary game ball. He doesn't get my game ball, but Buda Baker played lights out and really is that
Oh, yeah.
force on our defense and our leader. And dude had some crazy like TFLs for the screens and stuff. Just comes out of nowhere
Yeah,
and just takes them out. Yeah, and he always does that. No, 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 no. But
yeah,
besides Buda, my game ball goes to Trey McBride, bro. He
Yes,
really sets the
sir.
tone on offense and is our identity right now. Continue feeding him, but we also need to feed MHJ. But Trey McBride set the tone on offense, period. So love that guy.
absolutely.
Nice,
Oh yeah.
nice.
That leads us to 49ers preview, boys. I'll give you guys my initial thoughts and then we'll go from there. I did watch the game. Um, Mac Jones looks good. And I'm not saying that as like I'm scared. He just looks comfortable. And Kyle Shanahan was able to teach him and coach him up and prepare him in 1 week for the Saints team. And like we said last week, the Saints are definitely a good team. Um, people could shit on Desert Dynasty all they want, but the Saints look good to me. They don't look shit like shit. They definitely are trying and rebuilding. Kellen Moore's doing a good job. But anyways, Mac Jones looks good and comfortable. We have to pressure him often and all like the whole game. The one thing I noticed is that he's a pocket presence guy. He's not shifty. He's not going to try to run to get a first down. He can, but he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Like it's not going to be like Kyler Murray running it 50 yards. So definitely, if we can collapse that pocket and get in, we're gonna feast on the D line. But Kyle Shanahan's offense is dynamic. He's gonna find a way to exploit our cornerbacks because we're hurt. So we got to keep an eye out on that, but we got to rely on those big boys on that on D line. And then offensively, um, they have Nick Bosa. They're gonna pressure Kyler, and you know how to shut the Cardinals offense down. Get in Kyler's head, make him go, you know, stir crazy and not able to pass the ball. So if we can block Nick Bosa, I think offense is gonna do okay, and also if we can run the football. But what about you guys?
Yeah, I think this week depends all on the offense to win the game, especially since we're down 5 cornerbacks from the start of the season. So I put it all on Drew Petzing this week. You're saying all these nice things in your press conference about, we know that MHJ needs the ball. We know Trey McBride needs the ball. We're going to get them. Prove it this week, against an elite coach, Kyle Shanahan, who makes everyone look fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Make MHJ look good, Drew. And I think that if you prove to us that the offense can win us a game, then there's no more hot seat, And I think that our O-line needs to step it up this week. We don't have that many elite D linemen besides Nick Bosa, so we need to step it up. We need to have more clarity that our O-line can run the ball for once this season,
Establish the run.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something where our identity, right, was that running game, and we don't have that right now. So that's just going to open up those passing lanes. I mean, we even said it week 1. All right, that's going to open up that passing lane if we get the running game going. We got a little bit last week, but not as much as we should and what we're accustomed to the past 2 years. Now, in regards to the 49ers, I always worry about Fred Warner. When you got a middle linebacker and you have a one stud defensive lineman, Nick Bosa, you're a force to reckon with no matter what. It doesn't even matter if you've got average corners, which essentially they do right now. Their middle linebacker is going to make sure that the front 7 is set. And if you can get pressure on Kyler, kind of get in his head a little bit, or if you can stop our running game, make us one-dimensional like teams have been trying to do, it's going to be a good game to see can Petzing, scheme up something to where we can actually get something going or not.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. And we swept the Niners last year, boys. So we shouldn't be scared of them at all. But the reason we are is because, like we've said, we haven't seen a consistent offense. Thank goodness for defense holding strong two weeks in a row. But like Kyler said in his press conference, you keep messing around, you're gonna get bit, and you're gonna find out. Offense has to show up and show out this week and prove that you're an elite offense.
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah,
we'll see how they do this week. We're excited to see 3-0 would be great. Right now, the NFC West is looking tight. Right, we have both Rams, Niners, and Cardinals 2-0, and Seattle 1-1. Right, and so we know if you're going to win in this division, you're going to have to win 11 or 12 wins. If not, you're going to be tying with 10. But we don't want to tie. We want to make sure we own this division by getting the top seed. So it's going to be a tough race, and it starts next week. So it's going to be really exciting.
No, and the 49ers is a strong unit. They're nobody to take lightly because, again, it's a Kyle Shanahan coach team, and also they're a 2-0 team just like we are. So they found ways to win against Seattle and Saints.
And I love Seattle this year.
And Seattle is looking clean. And the Niners held them pretty good. Adam, what's your opinion?
Hey, I've been said it. I think the Niners are going to finish last in the division still. I think Seattle's going to be third. I think the Rams or the Cardinals are going to be second, and obviously second and first. So I'm gonna stick to that until they prove me wrong. But regardless though, our offense has to get going. Otherwise, we're going to be maybe dead last because that's the biggest difference in our division. Is at the end of the day, we all have good defenses. But who's going to be able to score points? Who's going to be able to get the stop and then go score a touchdown rather than a field goal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. And like we said, week 0 is like the good teams that, do very successful in the league are the people that go like 5-2 in your conference games, in your divisional games. So it's like, can we step up on our divisional games and really not lose these ones? We can only afford to lose like 1 or 2 of them. So
and Niners should be the team that we sweep. Because I know for a fact Seattle is our fucking kryptonite. So if we can at least we can at least 1-1 with them, split with them, and then try to split with the Rams. But Niners, you got to beat, right? So.
Yeah.
Especially with a injury-riddled Niners team right now. You're missing out on your starting
Purdy,
quarterback and
Kittle.
your perennial all-pro tight end, George Kittle. So go out there, beat the little like weak team, and we can stand up and be the Desert Dynasty. Be the Desert Dynasty.
Nobody's gonna take the Cardinals serious until we puff out our chests against a divisional opponent. Now, if we could do that against the 49ers, which it's like America's team in the West, that's gonna be a statement win for us.
Exactly. Anything else you guys wanted to comment on the preview for the Niners, or anything that you guys want to touch on?
I don't got nothing.
Well, Kyler got approved this week, bro. We're watching.
Establish the running game. That's what I want to see. And one last thing, I don't know if we touched on it, but our offensive line, man, they're really not looking good this year. We talked about it on the offseason, how we thought, we had everyone come back, so it's like they did good last year. We could assume that they're going to do good this year. They haven't been performing like we expected, especially Jonah Williams and Evan Brown. They're just
I think that's due to Clayton Adams, right? I think he moved on to OC, offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, but he got the most out of his O-linemen, and he made Isaiah Adams look really good on the run offensive blocking. But we still have Justin Fry, and I think that you got to give it a little bit of time. We had no pre-games with these guys, so let's hope that was the problem and that these guys can execute this week.
Yeah. Now, I said it last year a little bit, actually a lot of it, and I'm going to say it again this year. Jonah Williams is a problem, and we're paying him way too much money. There's going to be a team that is going to need a right tackle, and if we can get some decent compensation or just like a player that they have as a backup that we would really like and need, I mean, I'm fine trading him, put Beecham in at right tackle, and we've already got a rookie tackle already. That can really just be our, interchangeable backup. So, I mean, get rid of salary cap, get Beecham in there who we know is respected and can play. And if we can get a player or like a 5th round pick, I think that might be the way to go. I've never been a fan of him, and I'm going to continue that.
Yeah. No, we'll see, man. Let's hope that Monday next week we are celebrating and 3-0. With that, that ends our 49ers preview, and then that leads to Burnout, which is our favorite segment. Junior, lead it.
Burnout.
Skirt.
Yes, sir. We always change out this Burnout every week. Adam was first, and Sefa, and then now we'll do me this week. And it's just a fun way for us to ask questions not only about the Cardinals, but fun questions about to get to know us three, right? And if you guys in the comments or all the followers want to let us know any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Anyways, first and foremost, go Sefa. If you could be the GM for a day for the Cardinals, what move would you make right now? One move.
One move I would make is definitely take a look at the Greg Newsome corners, or the people that are on the fringe teams that are looking to trade, just to see what's out there, to see if we can make something, trade a 4th or a 5th, and get a nice corner in the team. That's what I would do.
I like that, Adam.
Yeah, same. You guys know how I am, all the way from Madden to real life, man. I talk about it all the time. I love making trades and having it interchangeable. I'd make one of two moves. I'm either getting Stephon Gilmore, the corner. He's the best corner on the market right now, and seasoned. A great guy for Will Johnson to learn under. Or, like Sefa said, there's plenty of corners that teams that know they're going to be selling this year that you can get for a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick. Go get them.
Mm-hmm.
Go get a Greg Newsome for a 3rd round pick, a 4th round pick. He's just going to help your team. So.
Dang. So both y'all going corner, no one trading for Cam Scatterable? I'm just kidding.
Hey, speaking of, he looked really good last week, and he had the most snaps on his whole team. By one, but still most snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looked good. All right, Adam, which team in your opinion is the most exciting team in the NFL right now?
Buffalo Bills by far. I watched their game. They're really exciting. I know they had a come behind win from the Ravens, but hey, they might be the best team in the NFL right now.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
take that thunder and say no, they're not, bro. The best team in the league right now
Ooh.
is the Green Bay Packers, bro. Both offensively and defensively,
Ooh.
they can shut you down. They got Michael Parsons on the edge now, and they also got Jordan Love, who's looking really nice. They shut down the Lions week one, killed them,
This is
which is
crazy.
insane. And look at the Lions are still the Lions. They destroyed the Bears yesterday on
Destroyed the
Sunday,
Bears.
and then on Sunday they played the Green Bay Packers played the who'd they beat?
I forget.
This Sunday, um,
Or was it a Thursday night football game? They wore their white
We'll
helmets, I know that.
we'll talk after when so I can counter your argument.
oh, it was the Commanders. They whooped up on the Commanders.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right.
For sure.
Dang, okay. I like your guys' takes. All right, Safa. Who is better, Jamar Chase or Jay Jettis?
In my opinion, Justin Jefferson, the best availability, the best trait in any wide receiver is availability, and Jamar Chase gets hurt a lot more than Jay Jettis does, and Jay Jettis is
Debatable.
debatable.
Debatable. Just kidding.
It is debatable, but also Jay Jettis is just freaking him, and I wish we drafted him. So
What
I
about you, Adam?
I'll actually take what Junior said, and it is debatable because Justin Jefferson had a hamstring injury for like 6 to 8 weeks last year. I only know that because I won 2 fantasy games because of it. So, but no, and I got Justin Jefferson this year, and he's doing shit. So I'm kind of pissed at him.
that's
But
JJ
I would
McCarthy's
say,
fault.
yeah, I would say Jamar Chase. I think he's the closest, not necessarily to how Ocho Cinco plays, but he can get open in a phone booth kind of thing. And I think Jamar Chase
Yeah,
can do that same concept.
love Jamar. All right, Adam. If you could have any meal right now, what would it be?
Any meal?
Yep, any meal.
Oh my lord, that's a tough one, man. Um, Honestly, I miss as a kid, like, and you guys remember, my dad would just like always make something when he came home at late at night. So either his egg sandwiches, my dad's egg sandwiches are fire, or I remember when he was a manager at Golden Corral, and he would like hand make our food, and he made me filet mignon the first time,
Ooh,
like
steak.
just he did it for me, like, and
Dang.
I because I wanted to watch him do it, and then he put like all my favorite stuff, so like those steak fries and um,
Nice.
some like mac and cheese and stuff, so that would be the meal, but
Heck yeah.
homemade by my dad.
Yes,
For
sir. Shout
me,
out Uncle Koheiser.
for me, it would either be the jalapeno bucks like food, Rick, that I never got to try yet,
Ooh, nice.
or Chinese food. Right now, I'm in the mood for Chinese.
Hell yeah, I love that. All right, Ad or Sefa, who will be the best first rounder in these last 3 years for the Cardinals? Marvin Harrison, Walter Nolan, or Paris Johnson, or Darius Robinson?
I'm thinking if we can unlock him, Marvin Harrison, um, and then Paris as well, um,
Hey man, pick
but
one.
I'm gonna pick Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, that's exciting. Adam.
I'm not going to be negative about MHJ yet, but I will say he's not my number one pick. I'm gonna have to say Paris Johnson. It's rare that you find a left tackle that's a franchise tackle.
And he's been playing lights out too.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Cool. I love that. Love that. All right, Adam, would you rather have drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. or Joe
Oh,
Alt
oh.
2 years ago?
I
I
thought
mean,
you were gonna.
especially since we have Drew Petzing.
And okay, I'm just
Hey,
gonna
man.
sell out from the last question. I thought you were gonna say Malik Neighbors, and I was gonna say Malik Neighbors. I'm not gonna lie. I
Oh,
know I wasn't that way at first, but I changed my mind. Um, but I would say, damn, that's tough. I would say Alt just because that guy's a freaking monster. That guy's a tank. Oh my god. And if we could move him to a right tackle, lockdown.
so
Um, Dude, that's tough because I love Joe Alt too. Um, but I'm gonna stick with MHJ just because I've seen flashes of greatness, and I think he can't be a wide receiver one. So
Yeah. I think the only reason I bring that up is because Drew Petzing hasn't unlocked, Marvin Harrison Jr. And I feel like if you're not going to play, our number one wideout, then let's go all in on the offensive line. Let's be like the Chargers, right? So, but yeah, that was a spicy question that a lot of the Phoenix Cardinals were bringing up, and I was like, we should bring that up too. Man.
okay,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a great
Fire.
question. It's a great question.
So last question, Sefa. What video game takes the cake this year?
Marvel Rivals, in my opinion. It's the only game I really do play anymore. I don't really play a lot of games anymore. I've been very busy work-wise and life-wise, but if I do hop on, I'll play Marvel. And then I liked Battlefield 6. I've been falling off with FPSs just because I'm getting older and I just feel like I'm not as twitchy as I used to be, but that's my opinion.
I would say y'all just got to play Battlefield more because Battlefield 6. That's gonna
fun.
be my baby once it comes out in October. I already pre-ordered it, so y'all better start practicing when it comes out because that's what we're playing.
Hey, I'm only
boys.
playing
We'll
the
play
free
Marvel
version.
too.
I don't know what they got, but I ain't buying it. I was like, what the?
Oh, it's the free version is gonna be Battle Royale.
Yeah, I'll play
Battle
that.
Royale.
I'll play that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my favorite takes a cake this year is Mafia Old Country. I love a good campaign, and that shit just like brings you to tears because it's like The Godfather, right? It's just like you see all the mob, you see all this like camaraderie, familia. You know what I mean? So that shit was so fire. If you haven't played it, I'm telling you, go get that game. It's like I think $40-$50. It's really fun. But that's all I have for y'all today, though.
Hey, GG's boys. Thank you again for talking and joining up today. We went a little long, but that's okay. We're probably gonna cut Heat Check a lot next week so we can talk more about the Cardinals because that's what we love to do. But great podcast and look forward to this week and this Sunday. Junior, hopefully you can catch a little bit of it. So.
I know, right? No, I'll definitely get some sleep that way you can watch.
Oh, yeah,
Nah, I feel really excited this week, though. Is it a 1 o'clock game?
I don't know. Yeah, it might be.
I think
though.
it is
It's
a
in
later
Cali.
game, and then ASU plays at 4:30. So
Nice. Oh, yeah. See you guys. Peace out.
Take it easy.
there, y'all.
Desert Dynasty out.